Hey y'all, it's Sierra, aka Capricorn Moon Goddess, back with another video for y'all. I already have the cards pulled to try to save some time here. And I'm trying to figure out how to relay this message because it can be controversial. Okay? It can be controversial. So, if you can't keep an open mind, or if you have an issue with accepting that sometimes we are taught things wrong in history or things are glazed over in history, this might not be for you. This might not be for you, okay? I'm not about to argue with none of y'all in the comment section. I ain't got the energy and the time. Anyway, so this is about tapping into your indigenous ancestry, and for a lot of people this is specifically Native American ancestry. Some of you are being called to do this. Some of you have Native American ancestors that have been wanting to work with you with this. So we've got the Three of Pentacles card. So there's people that are wanting to work with you. There's ancestors that are wanting to work with you. And we have the Diosa Mikte Kasiwato card. Hopefully I said that right, y'all. Mikte Kasiwato. Diosa Mikte Kasiwato, I believe it is an Aztec goddess of, like, kind of similar to Santa Muerte, I would say. Like the goddess of death or the underworld. I'll look in the book to see. But yeah, it's funny that this card is coming out because I've been feeling this. Like, I have Native American ancestry that I can trace to my great grandmother. So my mom's great grandmother, which will be my great grandmother. So I've been doing I've been on Ancestry.com doing my family tree. Do I believe in their blood test to tell you your ethnicity and your heritage? No, I don't. But I do think that their tests are useful to find your family members and relatives. And I do like that you can put in your family information on their website, and it can, like, link you up with other family members. It can give you hints. It can help you fill in the gaps of your family tree. Because if you're like me, you don't know your family. I don't really know my family from either my mother's side or my father's side. So that has been very, very helpful. So I use them for that, to fill in my family tree. Do I believe their ancestry test? No, I don't. No, I do not. So it's funny, me and my friend got into an argument over this recently because she was like, I'm sick of black people claiming Native American ancestry. And I was like, for what? There's a lot of black people that have Native American ancestry, and they have every right to claim it. Well, the ancestry tests say otherwise, and a lot of people don't believe those tests, so who cares? She better go watch some Dane Calloway and get out my face with that. I love you, girl, but I'm just saying. So it was just like, if you look into the test, then you will realize that it doesn't really seem likely that their tests are really able to tell you what your ethnicity is, and what ethnicity your ancestors were, and all of that. So you do have to kind of take the Dane Calloway route and trace your own bloodline yourself to figure that out. Okay, so that's what I've been doing. I've been filling in my family tree. I actually bought one of his books to tell you how to do it. I just haven't really looked at it yet. But if you have been feeling called to, like, really fill in your family tree, even if it's not for indigenous ancestry, it could just be you just need to find out more about your culture, your family's culture, period. Okay, especially if you're in America. I would even say Nope, I'm just gonna say America. I was gonna say Britain too, but no, I'm just gonna say America. America is very interesting because I feel like we know less about Black Americans, know less about our ancestry than a lot of other ethnicities or people from other areas of the world. And a lot of people feel like a lot of us were considered indigenous when, you know, those explorers and those conquistadors and all that came over here. We were the people that were here. There's a book called We Came Before Columbus, I think, or something like that. So the people that look like African Americans look today were the people that were here, or at least some of the people that were here when white people got here, essentially. So essentially, Native Americans, or essentially Black Americans, some of us are from indigenous bloodlines. Our ancestors were here. So a lot of us are being called to tap into those, you know, cultural practices and stuff. But you have to trace your bloodline to figure out where it leads you to. And my friend has Caribbean roots, and I was telling her, I feel like Black people that have Caribbean roots, you are able to clearly trace back who your ancestors are. You have more of a connection to your culture than African Americans that don't have Caribbean roots, because you still have access to family members that live in those places, or you have first generation, second generation parents who migrated over here. So y'all have more of a connection to who you are. So a lot of y'all be wanting to tell African Americans that don't have Caribbean roots what we need to do and what we need to stop claiming and this and that. And this ain't got nothing to do with y'all, okay? Y'all know what y'all's roots are. Let us figure out what ours are. Because spiritually, it matters. You have to understand that there's a lot of manipulation that was done with records and all of that. But if you go back and you research what the people were described as looking like by the settlers that were coming here, a lot of them were described as looking like how African Americans look today. So not only do we have that, but then we've got the white ancestry as well because of slavery. And we're not even going to get into past lives because that would be making this way too complex. But for those of you who get it, some of us were different ethnicities in past lives, so we can tap into some of those cultural aspects in this life too. I'm giving this long intro to say that a lot of us are being called to tap into our cultural roots, our bloodline, and some of those deities that are coming to us don't fit in with what we were taught that we were supposed to learn. Like, not all Black people are supposed to be in Yoruba or working with Yoruba deities or African deities or Egyptian deities. Okay, a lot of us are supposed to be working with Native American deities or with even Hindu or Middle Eastern or Greek. I told y'all I have a lot of Greek deities that come to me. I don't come to them looking for them. They come to me. You have to tap into, you have to understand what deities are reaching out to you. Okay, so a lot of us have deities from other cultures that are reaching out to us to work with us, and it could be because that's what's in our bloodline, or maybe we worked with them in a past life, but they're trying to help us win. They're trying to help us get to this Ace of Pentacles. But with this Four of Pentacles, because we may want to make sure we're not like doing cultural appropriation, which I understand. I don't want people out here doing cultural appropriation. But you need to research your culture, because maybe it's part of your culture and you don't know if you trace your bloodline. Okay? So some of y'all are being called to trace your bloodline. We got justice and judgment. Some of y'all's ancestors want you to help them get justice for whatever injustices they may have suffered, okay, while they were here. So, you know, they may have been a part of some other culture that was mistreated, like the Native Americans. And they feel like you can help them get justice for that, okay? We have the Queen of Wands. For some of you, this is specifically on your maternal bloodline. And remember, there's indigenous people everywhere, so it's not just Native American. There was a culture that I was studying that's in India. I really need to, it's on my phone. But they're one of the most like uncontacted cultures to this day. They are black. They are considered black or African ancestry, but they're in India. Okay, so it doesn't just have to be American history. Okay, you could have cultural history all over the world. There was indigenous people everywhere. But this specific tribe, they don't let people get close to them. If you try to come on their island, they gonna kill you, period. I forgot what they're called. So yeah, a lot of us are being called to tap into our indigenous roots and trace our bloodline to wherever that leads us. It could leave us off of the North American, South American continents, and it can go even farther than that. Because a lot of us are just thinking North America, South America. We could have culture and roots other places besides that and besides Africa. Okay, we know everybody pretty much originated from Africa. We got it. They want you to tap into your warrior spirit, though. That's coming from your indigenous roots with this Knight of Wands. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion that you can tap into. There's a lot of benefits that you can tap into that's going to help you get this Ace of Pentacles. And they're trying to work with you. But for some of you with the Four of Pentacles, you're holding back because you're not sure. You're like, I don't know if I want to tap into that. They want you to recognize them and honor them as well. Okay? Because they're going to get something out of this too. They're going to get something out of helping you. And I don't know. It has to do with justice for something. Like I said, this message is for everyone. We got Mariposa, which is butterfly. Oh, I forgot to read for... let me see, number 13. Micte Casihuatl. Diosa Micte Casihuatl. Behold creation and destruction as two sides of the same coin. Okay, that's kind of like when we say the Tower card could be a storm that's causing destruction, or it could be clearing a path. So the meaning... Diosa Micte Casihuatl means goddess of death. In Aztec mythology, Micte Casihuatl is Lady Dead and queen of Mictlan, the underworld. According to legend, Micte Casihuatl was sacrificed as an infant and later became the mate of Mictlantecuhtli. I don't know, y'all. Mictlantecuhtli. I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. She and her husband are believed to rule over the afterlife. Together, they had power over the three types of souls who dwelled in the underworld. Those who died normal deaths, heroic deaths, and non-heroic deaths. Micte Casihuatl and Mictlantecuhtli, which I probably said that wrong, collect the bones of the dead and return them to the land. Okay, so there's three different types of people that die. People that die from normal deaths, heroic deaths, and non-heroic deaths. The husband and wife collect the bones of all of those people, and they return them to the land of the living so they can be restored for the creation of new beings. So they're creating new people from these bones, okay? It is believed that different races exist. Why are we talking about races when I was just talking about ethnicity and culture? I be on point. I'm just saying. I was like, I feel like this has to do with people discovering their roots, but then I was like, I don't like talking about that kind of stuff because people get ignorant. They get ignorant when you start talking about that kind of stuff if you don't agree with what they've been taught. Okay, I'm gonna have to research this more now. It is believed that different races exist. It's giving me the Tower of Babel from the Bible when they talk about why different languages exist. Okay, so it's believed that different races exist because the bones were accidentally dropped and mixed together before they made their way back to the land of the living for use by the gods of creation. So they mixed together the people that died from normal deaths, heroic deaths, and non-heroic deaths. They mixed their bones together while they were carrying them back, and that created mixed people or different races. Mekte Kasiwato is often depicted as a skeleton with jaws wide open, swallowing the stars and making them invisible during the day. The Aztecs celebrated their deceased loved ones not just for 2 or 3 days, but for a month-long celebration presided over by goddess Mictlantecuhtli each year. Mantra: I open my mind and heart to swallow the stars, remembering that life is good. The entire cosmos resides within me and my beloveds. Within me, the entire cosmos resides within me and my beloved. The entire, I'm getting, like, what I'm getting from this is there's different cultures within us. There's different, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. There's different cultures within us and our beloved, our ancestors, okay? I like how that all lined up. Now, let's see what the butterfly, we know butterfly is renewal, rebirth, all of that. Butterfly can be death energy as well. So there's a lot of death energy here. Y'all could be Scorpios, underworld type energy. Your favorite deity may be, even if we're looking at another culture, it's the deity of the underworld in whatever culture. So maybe it's Hades, maybe it's Santa Muerte, whatever culture you're into. Mariposa, lift your eyes to the skies and fly between realms. Ooh. Okay. So these migratory black and orange monarch butterflies return to Michoacan in western Mexico each fall. I said that wrong. Sorry, y'all. Great efforts are made to protect them in a biosphere reserves as they are on the brink of extinction. I did not know monarch butterflies were going to be extinct. What? When did that happen? Since they arrived to the forest of Michoacan around Dia de los Muertos, the locals believe them to be the souls of their deceased beloveds returning when the veils are thin. So these butterflies come back around the Day of the Dead. Okay, so they're thinking this could be their ancestors coming back because the veils are thin at that time, so we can be like in between worlds. Okay, when you open your mind to what happens when we transition from this world to the next, you might call it butterflying rather than dying. Maybe then you wouldn't feel so devastated by loss. Esther Hicks, the medium who channels Abraham, refers to the transition into death as clarifying. Allison A. Armstrong calls it going cosmos. What if the process is like the caterpillar becoming a butterfly? That's always been I've always been like, why are caterpillars and butterflies considered two different animals when they're the same? But it's because I guess technically the caterpillar dies and then the butterfly is born from the caterpillar or something like that. Like, look it up. I'm telling y'all. They're two different animals, but they come from the same animal. It's so interesting to me. So what if the process is like the caterpillar becoming a butterfly, a transformation from a weighted body to light in consciousness. We are all simply caterpillars who have forgotten that we will one day have wings to help us explore dimensions and see them as one gorgeous continuum. This is like really talking about all the division that's going on with race and cultures a lot of the times. All the heaviness that we're experiencing. But we all come from the same place. Well, a lot of us come from the same place. Some of us don't. Some of us don't. A lot of us do. The mantra, connecting to my loved ones on the other side gives me wings to fly to other realms, even while my body is here on earth. Yes, your ancestors are wanting you to connect with them. But these are ancestors that have some other culture than what you normally practice in your everyday life. And this is going to be a very good thing for you. They're going to help you to progress, and they're going to help things move along very quickly. They want to help you. Yes, like I said, they're going to be getting something out of helping you. I don't know how this is tied into some sort of justice for them, but it is. It's going to lead you to your purpose with this Judgment card. 41. Calavera. Does this have something to do with the head or the head? The head or the mind? Let's see. 41. Which equals 5, which is the number of change. It does have something to do with the mind. You know what? I'm learning, I know a little Spanish, so it'd be helping me a little bit. These are more like Aztec, Mayan, like Native American cards, but some of the words kind of like are like Spanish. Okay, open your mind to the nectar of new ideas. Calaveras are skulls in Spanish, but it's also come to mean the entire skeleton. They become a centerpiece. Okay, skeletons keep showing up here. Maybe because Halloween is coming. Next month is October. They've become a centerpiece of Mexican folk art with their colorful, happy smiles, glittery adornments, and iridescent icings, created as offerings to the spirits. Some people give them as gifts or handwrite the name of their deceased loved one on the forehead and place it as an ofrenda or offering. Wait, ofrenda is not offering, my bad. And place it on an ofrenda or gravestone. Maybe it means like an altar. I don't know. To honor the return of their loved one's spirit. The smiling skulls are not meant to be scary. Quite the contrary. These whimsical and cheeky skeletal faces mock the seriousness of death and normalize it by treating it like a laughing matter. This motif reminds us that we can celebrate life even in grief. We can party hardy when we remember we are infinite souls in a never-ending dance of life. Mantra, I experience irrelevant joy as I revel in the delicious recollection of my departed loved one, knowing our connection is alive and well. You guys have ancestors that are trying to reach out to you to help you like live a better life, enjoy life, help things be easier for you and all of that, but you may have been rejecting it because you didn't recognize some of these deities or some of these spirits that are coming to you. You may not have recognized them because they might be a different culture than what your family is that you know of. Okay, like first, I told y'all I have traceable Native American. I'm not guessing. I have traceable Native American, like great grandmother in my bloodline. But yeah, I was just called recently to like order a Native American drum, so I have that coming in pretty soon. Like, I don't know, I've been called to do that and to research my bloodline more. So I don't know, maybe y'all are feeling the same. We got the Magician. Ooh, they want to help you with your magic. It's time for y'all to start practicing ancestral magic. But in order to do that, you have to know who your ancestors are. So you're going to have to research your bloodline. We got the Devil. Interesting. Capricorn. The Devil is Capricorn. You can have Capricorn somewhere in your birth chart. What about this devil card? What does this have to do with anything? The devil is also someone who represents the underworld. So the underworld is coming up a lot here. You all may be being called to research the deities that represent the underworld, and whatever your culture is, they may be trying to work with you right now. Eight of Pentacles is literally about working hard. They are trying to work with you right now. They have been trying to get your attention because they want to help you get justice they want to help you get justice for something, or you're going to help your bloodline get justice for something. You could be a Libra as well. If you all have been experiencing delays and sadness with this Hangman and Five of Cups, they can help you get out of that. You guys need to free your minds to be able to explore more than just what you were told or what you know of. It takes work to research your bloodline. Because a lot of records, like as I'm looking through a lot of the records in my bloodline, I'm finding my ancestors, their names are spelled all, my great grandmother, her name is Lily, and it's spelled differently on every single record almost. Like one record it'll be Lily. One record it'll be Lillie. One record it'll be Lilly. Like it's spelled because the people that were taking the records back then, they just wrote whatever they wanted to write. However they thought it was spelled, okay? So it's hard, it takes a lot of work, and it can be frustrating, but y'all are being called to trace your bloodline. Okay, you might be able to realize why you might have this Five of Pentacles energy. There could be some sort of generational curse that you're needing to break on your bloodline that's going to release the money. Ten of Wands, yeah, this is being put on you. This is a heavy burden that's being put on you because you're the one in the family that's into spirituality and that's willing to do it. So, yeah, they're reaching out to you. You have, like, some of y'all 3 different types of bloodlines or cultures within your bloodline, and everybody's waiting on their turn. Like once your ancestors realize this is the spiritual one in the family, this is the one that's going to break the curses, this is the one that's going to help us. Like they're all like knocking at your door, like trying to get your attention. And they're trying to help you at the same time, but you may not recognize them. Yeah, Four of Wands. This has to do with family. For sure. Knight of Cups. They are coming in peace. They want to help you. Because helping you is helping your entire bloodline. There we have it. The Death card. Scorpio. Y'all can have Scorpio somewhere. The World. They want to help start a new cycle. A new positive cycle for your bloodline. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. They want to end a generational curse, negative karmic cycle, and start a new positive karmic cycle, and they want you to help the family to do that. So you're gonna have to go into hermit mode and do a lot of research. You're gonna have to do a lot of research. Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this is a give and take situation. They are helping you, but they are receiving some sort of help in return. By you walking in your purpose and working on generational curses and stuff, you're helping your family. So of course your ancestors want to help you because you're helping them at the same time. Yeah, Six of Wands. They want to help you win. They want to help you receive some sort of victory. They come in peace. They come in peace. They come to help you. They want you to learn more about your cultures. They want you to trace your bloodline. They want you to work with certain deities. For some of y'all, these are specifically deities that are related to the underworld and whatever your culture is. Whatever your culture is, figure out what that deity is and then research them, okay? Hopefully that made sense. It makes sense. Whoever it's for, it makes sense for y'all. Even if it's only one person, okay, it'll make sense if it's supposed to. So that's it. That's what I got for y'all. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Please like, share, and subscribe. We got Arbol de la Vida on the bottom, Tree of Life. Okay? Literally researching your family tree is going to give you life. So do it. Okay. So like I said, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope y'all have a great day. Toodles.